because we just simply be continuing with the story today. So before we start with today's class, I'll just give you the lesson plan. Like, what are we planning to cover for this class and how far we can get in the world map. Just hold on, let me check content. So today's lesson plan, so far you completed one section of Africa, isn't it? So today's objective will be to complete Africa. I think we stopped with South Africa. So from South Africa, we would have taken this route in Africa. We would have started from the northern side, went towards the east. Today's class, we'll try to move the reverse way. From Southern Africa, we'll move to Western Africa, then complete the journey. So entire Africa will be done. So that is the first part for today. And after that, we'll just see a practice question. And after practice question, related to the practice question, we'll do a small exercise also. Okay, so that will complete the discussion for the African continent. And post this, I believe we'll have sufficient time for starting with the second continent for today, which is Europe. And I think you know Europe is a very, very big continent. So it is really not possible for completing Europe within one class. What we can try to do today is maybe cover one part of Europe, maybe Western Europe alone. This is possible. And I think this will be something which you can easily get excited about, because all the countries which you're familiar with, for example, Spain, France, Germany, Portugal, Belgium, Netherlands, all of them will be part of Western Europe. And I think this section you will be able to, connect really well, even when compared to Africa, because African countries, many you may not be familiar, but when it comes to European continent, at least Western Europe, you should be good. Okay, so this is the lesson plan for today, so that you know what we are essentially trying to achieve. So maybe once you have finished Africa, we'll have the break and then we'll go to Europe. The method of class will be same as I told you in the previous session. We'll start with the story, and once the story is over for a certain number of countries, then we will go for description. Okay, so keeping that in mind, now we shall start the class. As I told you, we stopped in South Africa. We shall continue from South Africa. Just hold on. Let me share the map. So the southern section of Africa is present right here. So if you recollect exactly, I think this is where we stopped, isn't it? We stopped here. So we stopped in South Africa. And in South Africa, we saw 4 points. And I think finally we mentioned Nelson Mandela and then day 0, isn't it? Now, I'll just continue with the story. Just keep your notes with you where you were. And I believe you know the reason right now. You were here. And your objective was to find X, isn't it? Now, you've been searching for half a continent, but still, you're not in a position to capture X. Okay, so we just saw, isn't it? In South Africa, we had the leader Nelson Mandela. Fine. So you go to Nelson Mandela, sir. I've been searching for X for a long time. Please help me out. Nelson Mandela says, small boy, see, I have a country to run. Fine. Please, if you want to find X, you'll have to find him with your own way. But I can tell you something. Listen carefully. A keyword is coming up. Nearby, there is a statue. Okay. Nearby, there is a statue. You ask him, fine, sir, what statue do we have? Well, there is a nib statue. Okay, so picture a very big statue which looks similar to your pen nib. Okay, there is your nib statue. So you go to the nib statue, sit down and start praying. Maybe once you start praying, you'll be in a position to get some help from the statue. Okay. If you guessed it correctly, I think you have. Nib is the keyword for the next country on a return journey, Namibia. There, Namibia. Nib in Namibia. That's the first country for today. Is it clear? So simple. You go to the Nib statue, you start praying to help you regarding finding some clue on X. Because you've been traveling so long and really there doesn't seem to be any benefit or any opening in the case. Okay. Now, once you start praying, something happens in our story. In our story, yeah, I will slow it down. Again, Nib statue. Nib is the keyword for the country Namibia, slightly northwest of South Africa. Okay. So proceeding further. So you asked Nelson Mandela what to do. Nelson Mandela asked you to go to a Nib state statue and pray. And Nib was a keyword for Namibia. Now something interesting happens. Okay. From the Nib, something begins to flow down to where you were sitting. Okay, you're really surprised. You know, normally ink is what flows from nib, isn't it? But in our story, anything can happen. Ink doesn't flow from the nib. You see diamonds. Okay, fine. So picture this. As I told you, never ever forget it. You know, imagination is very crucial. Fine. I can totally understand it is totally logical to imagine a nib statue and diamonds flowing out of the nib statue. But once you keep it like that, you'll be in a position to relate to it. Okay. So diamonds are flowing, and along with the diamond, you have a letter also. Fine. So there is a letter attached along with the diamonds. The letter says, listen, these diamonds are not to be used for any monetary purposes. You cannot use the diamond for earning money. That is not supposed to do. But these diamonds are for, it says, Rangoli competition. What does it say? It says the diamonds are to be used for Rangoli competition. See, if you're doing Rangoli, please use color powder or salt. Okay, diamonds are exceptionally costly. Fine. So Rangoli is the keyword for the next country, Angola. Rangoli in Angola. Angola. Rangoli in Angola. Fine. You're really surprised. Why would the statue give me a letter and state that you can use this for a Rangoli competition? Okay. And the letter gives you more information. Fine. The letter says, again, information is, just written there. Letter says, you know what? Go and participate in this Rangoli competition. When you participate in this Rangoli competition, make sure that you meet the winner of this Rangoli competition. Okay. And this winner will be in a position to help you to find X. Okay. So that is what he says. Fine. See, those who joined late, I will repeat the story later. You need not text me again and again. That's kind of interrupting the flow. Okay. So you know that the story gets repeated multiple times. Is it clear? Fine. So coming back to the story again, it says, go and participate in the Rangoli competition using the diamonds and talk to the winner of the Rangoli competition, and that winner will guide you to find X. Okay, fine, you're ready. Okay, fine. The nib statue helped me. You start collecting all your diamonds, people. Fine, so many diamonds, you're really worried. Take a rucksack, collect all the diamonds, and start walking. You go to the Rangoli competition and start participating. Fine. Now let's see what is going to happen. Okay, so you just go to the Rangoli competition and do some random picture, because you are not really interested in winning the Rangoli competition. You just want to participate. So you go to the competition, participate, and as expected, listen, once the competition is over, the winner is announced. Okay, so they announce the winner. Before meeting the winner, you want to see what is the first prize picture, because it is a competition. Then everyone would have done some sort of Rangoli, isn't it? So they were just wanting, you just want to know what is the first prize picture. Listen, the first prize picture is this. Again, raw imagination. Okay, so picture this. Picture a Rangoli or a diagram. Fine. You have King Kong. I think you all know what is a King Kong, isn't it? King Kong is a reference to a gorilla, to Kong gorilla. It is a, it's a major reference in pop culture. They made many films on this also. Okay, so imagine a picture where you have King Kong. Fine. On the other side, you have one more King Kong, one more gorilla, And between these two King Kong, just picture a gap is there. You know, the vacancy, there is nothing in the center. Okay, so this is the first prize winning diagram. You have a gorilla, Kong gorilla on one side, Kong gorilla on the other side, and between two Kong gorillas, you have a gap. Fine, sir. If this is the case, how shall I use it for mnemonics? Look carefully. In the map, see, there is a misconception. You know, people generally think there is only one Congo. That is not true. You actually have, look at the words here, Kong and Kong stands for Congo. See, Democratic Republic of the Congo. This is also known as DRC. So this is a bigger Congo. You see, it's a very, very big country in Africa. And there is one more Congo. Kong stands for the second Congo. It's simply Republic of the Congo, that's all. So when people refer to international relations discussions, they use the word DRC. Just be careful. DRC is a bigger country and Congo is essentially a smaller country. Fine. Fine. If that is the case, why do we use the word gap in mnemonic? Well, gap is to refer to this country, Gabon. Find them here. G-A-B-O-N. Gabon. Fine. So we started with 5 countries right now. So you went to the Rangoli competition. The winning prize had King Kong on one side, King Kong on the other side, and a gap in the center. First Kong stood for Democratic Republic of Congo. I mentioned DRC because I want you to understand that DRC is a very big country in Central Africa, and nearby you have one more Congo, and the word gap referred to Gabon. So that is the first prize winning picture. Okay. Now, if you remember, I just told you that it was written in the letter that whoever wins first prize in the Rangoli competition will give you clue regarding X. If you have guessed it correctly, I think you know who won the competition. Okay. An intelligent guess would be this. Look at the map carefully. Well, the winner of the Rangoli competition is James Cameroon. Okay, I think James Cameroon has only one O. Yeah, very good. Okay, so James Cameroon, I think you know, James Cameroon is the director of the films Titanic and, Avatar. Very big movies and the highest grossing films. Okay, so you'll find our director James Cameroon here, the winner of Rangoli competition conducted in Africa. Cameroon in Cameroon. Okay, James Cameroon in Cameroon. Fine. See, I think all of you remember the movie Titanic, I guess. I don't know how many of you know this stand-up comedian Bill Burr. Bill Burr says that Titanic is a horror film. Okay, it's not a romantic film, horror film. And the reason why he says it's a horror film is because all men die. Okay, it's just picture because all men die literally when the ship breaks down. Fine. So coming back to class again, James Cameroon was the keyword and Cameroon in Cameroon. So it's a very, very simple keyword. Fine. So moving on to the next gap in Gabon. Moving on to the next part, where we try to understand the country. See, James Cameroon is going to, listen, enter his car. C-A-R, car. Is it clear? Now, again, if you imagine a normal car, you're going to forget. So picture James Cameroon, this is James Cameroon, our James Cameroon, entering a huge ship-like car. He's Titanic director, isn't it? Which means he'll be having car, which is like ship. Fine, and this is the door. James Cameroon is going to enter with his prize money. Now, why do we use the word car? Well, look carefully. C-A-R. You guessed the next country correctly. Central African Republic. See, possibly the easiest country to remember. The country is in Central Africa. Okay, and that is why it is named Central African Republic. Literally the name. Is it clear? Fine. So James Cameroon is going to enter his car, Central African Republic. Okay. Now, picture this. If James Cameroon is going to enter this big ship-like car, it will be impossible for you to go and catch him after that. right? So you're really worried. Oh no, I should go and catch him before that. Okay, you run after James Cameron. Sir, please wait. Please wait. Okay, go, you catch him. So please wait. I'm a very big international security agent, secret agent, so on and so forth. And I'm really having trouble in finding a person named X. So please, sir, I do need your help. Please help me, give me some clue so that I will be in a position to find X. You know, picture this, James Cameron's face, okay? James Cameron's face. Immediately, when you said the word X, okay, James Cameron became very, very sad. Okay, you guessed it correctly, people. James Cameron becomes sad after the word X is used. Look at the map. It'll connect you to the keyword. There exactly it is. Shad, that's all. Shad. Good guess. Okay, James Cameron becomes a sad. So the keyword sad in Chad. That's all. Fine. So James Cameron starts crying. Fine. You go to James Cameron, sir, you're the director of Titanic, you're the director of Avatar. Fine. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. You know, there is a dialogue, isn't it? Cool down, cool down, cool down. You tell him to cool down. So please relax. Fine. So you make him sit down, maybe get him some biscuits, maybe a tea or coffee, then fine, James Cameron stops crying. Good thing I'm conducting this class in India. Hope James Cameron doesn't listen to these storylines, okay? So you ask James Cameron, sir, why did you cry, sir? What happened? What is the relationship between the director James Cameron and X? Tell me, sir, what happened? Why are you participating in stupid Rangoli competitions? You have already so much of money. Fine. James Cameron says, Tambi means small boy. Small boy, I actually lost all my money. Okay, sir, you lost all my money? Yes, I lost all my money because X stole the money from me. Okay, you say, sir, how did the X take out all the money from you, sir? James Cameron says, well, X cheated me. Listen, keyword coming. Let's see how X cheats him. X cheated me. He told me that he's the CEO of 2 multinational corporations. Is that clear? Fine. He says, X told me that he was the CEO of 2 multinational corporations. And when he said that, I trusted him. And since I trusted him, I lost all my money. That's what James Cameron says. Okay, like, how do we link the keyword? Very simple. Look at the map right here. You get C, you have an N, you have an N, and you have a M. Good guess, good guess. Okay, so I've based the mnemonics in such a way so that you get the relationship right. Look at it here. M and C. Mali, Niger, and again you get Chad. Okay, again M and C. Mali, Niger, it'll direct you to Chad again. So you don't get, you'll never ever forget the order. Is, Niger is actually located where, Mali is present where, is Mali on the western side, is Chad on the eastern side? Those doubts will never come. Okay, very simple. So Mali, Niger, and Nigeria. Okay, so MNC, Mali, Niger, and Nigeria. Is it clear? So that is the section where it leads you from Southern Africa till your West Africa. Is it clear? So very simple. We'll just revise this storyline and we'll start from South Africa. We'll go really slow. Listen up. So you were in South Africa. You needed some sort of help. You went to Nelson Mandela and asked Nelson Mandela, so please help me. Nelson Mandela said, hey boy, I got a country to run. Fine. You really need any help? Nearby, there is a nib. Okay, nib was the keyword. So pen, nib. Okay, so nib was the keyword. This really doesn't have a very big nib. Okay, so nib was the keyword. So nearby, there is a nib-shaped statue. Fine. You go to the nib-shaped statue. You pray for it. It'll definitely lead you. Nib. Nib was the keyword. N-I-B in the first country, Namibia. Fine. You went to the statue. You sat near the statue, started praying. From the nib-shaped statue, diamonds began to flow, which doesn't happen in real life, sticking to the concept of illogic. Okay, so you collect all the diamonds, and along with the diamonds, there was a letter. The letter stated this: fine, these diamonds are for a Rangoli competition. What competition? Rangoli competition. Rangoli was the keyword for a country, Angola, Angola. Fine. And once you participate in this Rangoli competition, there will be a winner. Fine. And that winner will lead you in finding X. So that was a statement which was made. So you went to the Rangoli competition, you simply participated. And after participating in the Rangoli competition, one person was announced as first prize. Before meeting the first prize winner, you wanted to understand what diagram or what Rangoli has actually made. So there were three things. There was one King Kong gorilla, and between King Kong and King Kong, there was a gap. That was in the morning, isn't it? So using that, we understood two countries right there. We had Democratic Republic of Congo, which was a very bigger Congo, known as DRC. Fine. You had King Kong for DRC. The second King Kong for the smaller Congo. You simply find the Republic of the Congo, smaller Congo, and the word gap in the center stands for even a smaller country on Western Africa, which is known as Gabon. 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 Fine. So after seeing, okay, fine, this is a stupid Rangoli, but still they gave him first prize or him or her first prize. So who's the winner you went and saw? And surprisingly, the winner of the competition was James Cameron, the director of movies Titanic and Avatar. Fine. So James Cameron, before you talk to James Cameron was about to enter his car. And I asked you to picture a huge car, like, the size of Titanic, a huge ship-shaped car. So car was a keyword for Central African Republic. Okay. Now, before James Cameron is going to enter his car, you run after him, you go and catch James Cameron. Sir, wait, sir, wait. Fine, why are you entering the car? Fine. Tell me about person X. When you say the word X, James Cameron becomes sad. Sad is the keyword for the country, Chad. C-H-A-D. Chad. Okay. And James Cameron cries because he tells you that X cheated him by stating that he was the CEO, owner of two multinational corporations. Picture this, MNC. So that was the order to picture the section of Western Africa. Okay. So M for Mali, the first N for Niger, and the second N for Nigeria. So that ends the first part of the discussion, which adds the 30 plus countries in Africa. Okay. So with this section, we only have the fourth segment coming up. Before the fourth segment, we'll go for some description. Okay. So hold on. Let me share contents of whiteboard. Just a second. We'll start from where we left off. Fine. So there it is. So I think we discussed South Africa, Cape Town, day 0. Now we need to talk about this country. I'd like to take this in tandem. See, when I discussed Botswana and South Africa, I would have told you both of them were exporters and known for diamond mining. Now this is true, okay, but they don't produce the best quality diamonds. Namibia is known for world #1 quality of diamonds. The best ones in the world. Okay, fine. So that's the input on Namibia. Now coming to the next sequence of countries. So NIB was the keyword, NIB in Namibia. After that, if you remember, there was a Rangoli competition. You had Angola. And after Angola, you had a Congo. And after Congo, you had Gabon. Fine. And you also had Democratic Republic of Congo. All these 4 countries. Now, I'd like to deal with one common aspect which is present for all the 4 countries, and then move on to 2 singular aspects which you will need to know for mining. See, first is simple. All the 4 countries are net exporters of, yeah, you guessed it correctly, oil. Again, talking about oil. So if you remember in the previous session, we would have talked about two countries, Algeria and Libya. So after Algeria and Libya, you look at these four countries, Angola, the two Congos, and Gabon. All of them have very good presence of oil. Now, coming to the specifics right here. See, we need to talk about an important metallic ore. Let's take Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, why are we taking so much pain in understanding what DRC is or the importance? Well, Democratic Republic of Congo is very essential for production of cobalt ore. Okay, more than 50% of global production comes from this single country. Is that clear? Now, automatically, you'll ask me a question. What is so special about cobalt? Can anyone text me, like, if you're online, if you're writing, once you finish writing, what is the importance of cobalt? Anyone? Let's see whether you hit the mark. You might be thinking, what the hell? Why are you even talking about cobalt? Cobalt is not even a metal like copper, aluminum, iron, steel. Electricity, used in nuclear reactors and weapons, good metallic elements. Okay, close. So someone said the word electricity. Okay, the isotope was used in cancer, magnetic material reactors. Okay, the word electricity was close. I'll give you that. Few more seconds. Cobalt 60. Okay, that's the isotope, electromagnetic induction. Battery. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. Very good. People, I know that all of you are using these, some of you even might be listening with that, and I'm taking class with reference to that. See, point is, the isotope of cobalt is what we learn in our +2 and state board exam. We say isotope of cobalt is used in cancer treatments. Cobalt is much more important because you take your electronic devices, especially your smartphones. Your smartphones cannot function without cobalt. Cobalt is the go-to metal for electronic devices. Is that clear? So that is the reason, Congo is very important in global stage because this metal is very essential for the electronics industry. The isotope is for cancer, but this is what we are talking about. The reason why we are essentially talking about electronics, see, every country in the world, see, from right now, we are already in 2020. From 2020, the number of electronic devices which every individual will be using will only increase in future. It's not going to decrease. Fine. So that is a reason, you need to understand the importance of this country. And coming to one more country, Gabon. Well, one more metal, not very important, but for industrial processes, as an alloy, it is very essential. The ore is manganese, and that is produced in this small country, Gabon. It has very good resources. So these two, you should definitely selectively remember. This is very, very specific. Is that clear? Okay. So Congo, remember cobalt. And for Gabon, remember manganese. Fine. So if you're ready, I shall, go for the next country and I'll flip over. We have 2 to 3 countries and then we can go for the story mode again. Okay, I'll just flip over now. Thank you. So now moving on. We saw a country, Chad. See, hold on for Chad. I know that we discussed Chad, but Chad, I will take it up later. I need to finish, introduce a few more names before Chad. I'd rather talk about this country, Niger. Niger has uranium ore. You have a good percentage of uranium here. Very few countries in Africa have uranium ore, and Niger is one. And the most important country here is Nigeria. Now, this is a country which you need to know. Okay, because Nigeria, people listen, it's a very important country right now in Africa, and in future also it will be essential. So regarding Nigeria, I'll give you most of the imports. Okay, and then we'll travel along. Okay, there's a question on what Congo has exports. Congo, it is basically oil. You don't have specifics. Specifics for Democratic Republic of Congo and Gabon. So now let's talk about Nigeria. So one person just texted Nigeria's oil. Very good. So its major export is oil. So oil-rich country. People, not just oil. I'll just tell you how far it is good. Point 2, it is the fastest growing economy in Africa. Fastest growing economy in Africa. Point 3, it has a large population in working age. Okay, that's a very important part, which means the country has very good potential, not just growth, but even for the next 20 years, it is expected that this country will grow further. Fine. And it faces, yeah, one person texted, right? It faces a terrorism threat, right? So these are things which is important. If you look closely, fine. If you look very closely, you will see that India resembles Nigeria in many ways. Fine, you can talk about fastest growing economy in one of the fastest growing economy in the world, actually, large working age population and terrorism threats, so on and so forth. Only difference is we are major importers of oil. So this doesn't suit India. So that is the only exception. Apart from that, India and Nigeria has a lot of, relationship. Fine. Just hold on. Now to proceed further, India and Nigeria has very close relations too. Is it fine? For example, Nigeria is India's largest trading partner in Africa. India's largest trading partner in Africa. And you look at the next point, reverse way. Okay. For Nigeria, India is an important trading partner from the Asian perspective. Not just this, India and Nigeria has many student exchange programs. Fine, I think people from Bangalore will know this really well. So for student exchange programs, large number of Nigerians come to India for pursuing their studies, and a good section of them is actually in the state of Karnataka, especially Bangalore. Okay, so these are the things which you need to know with reference to Nigeria. Now, there was one question right here, sir. Why do these countries, especially African countries, export oil? And I know I got a question in mail also, sir. Why is it that, certain crops are cultivated where? For example, you told tobacco is here, coffee is here, tea is here. See, second question, you need to wait for the answer, because if I'm going to explain that, if I'm going to explain that, which particular crop is cultivated where, you need to learn the relationship between temperature, precipitation, and so on and so forth. That will be dealt as part of geography class, or you'll be having 4 to 5 sessions separately for agriculture. You'll be having it in agriculture part. So those two questions come there. Now, to answer the first question, why do certain countries export oil? Fine. So you can export oil based on the resource which is present in the country. I have large amount of resources, and if I can mine those resources, I will be in a very good position to export the resource. Now, to go for a better answer to that question, I need you to wait till I get to Western Europe and Eastern Europe, so that I can come back to the question again. So thanks for the questions. I just keep this oil thing in mind. And when I go to Europe, I'll relate with reference to the other countries. Just hold on. Fine. Let me just check in. Okay, this is a reason behind eating live chicken in Kenya. The reason you eat live chicken in Kenya is because you want to remember it. We usually eat barbecue and grill, man. That's all. Okay. So that ends the discussion on your Nigerian section. Now, before moving to the storyline, I'd like to introduce some major rivers. Because so far, if you think about it, we have seen only Nile River. Fine, but there are a large number of rivers in Africa too. So just hold on, I'm going to flip, end this part and then go to the physical map so that we can look at the rivers and then get back to the story mode again. Just hold on. Fine, that's your physical map. And so far, if you remember, if you're going in order, we missed Cameroon and Central African Republic. You weren't listening, man. Okay, we just went through James Cameroon. Mali, I'll take it up later. Mali will come up with chat. So far you've just seen this one river, isn't it? Nile River. So coming to the two important rivers in Southern Africa, just hold on. So here, right there, I think this would shoot. Fine. There is a river in Southern Africa. Okay. Zambezi, this one. Just to get you the location correct, I'll write the name for you. This river, Zambezi, Z-A-M, sorry, Z-A-M-B-E-Z-I, River Zambezi. Fine. The second important river which you need to understand is a very, very big river. Okay. This big one, very big river. Okay. This is Congo River itself. So you can clearly see in the map, they've written the word Congo Basin. For an experience is extremely high rainfall, very thick equatorial forest, Congo River. There is one more name for this river, the African name. It's called Zaire. Z-A-I-R-E, Zaire. Zaire is one more name for the river. That's the African name. Congo is the anglicized name. Fine. And number 3, we're going to look at one river in Western Africa. See where it goes. See, very simple to remember this name of this river. Okay. Yeah, there it is. The name of this river is, you guessed it correctly, Niger. That's all. See, so simple to remember. When map questions come, please don't make mistakes. Zaire is in Congo. It's the African name of Congo. Niger flows through Niger and Nigeria. That's all. Comes across Mali and flows here. And easy to remember, Zambezi also flows between Zambia, Zimbabwe, and then enters Mozambique. So after Nile, which we saw White Nile, Blue Nile going north, after this, river number 2, river number 3, and this is an important river in Western Africa, river number 4. Fine. Zambezi, Zaire, and then Niger. The first was Nile. Nile we finished longer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So for each and every region, you have a major river. You'll find smaller rivers, but just focus on major rivers when you learn for the exam. That'll be more than enough. Okay. So if you're ready, I'll just flip over. I think you got the idea where they're present. So we just continue with our storyline. Go to James Cameron and listen to what he has to say. Fine. How we lost all the money. People, are you ready? Just anyone send me a yes if you're done with this. Then I'll stop sharing and then go to the political map so that we can continue with the countries. Thanks for the response. I'll just proceed. So we are going to West Africa. And I think this picture would do. Yes, it would do. Okay, fine. So if you remember, I think we were here, isn't it? We were right there. So Mali, Niger, Nigeria. So this was the last one. Fine. So you go and ask him, sir, fine, sir, I understand that you lost all your money. I can totally feel your problem, sir, because I've been going here, going there without any progress. Fine, sir. You lost all your money? Is it everything? Everything? You asked this question. Okay. You asked him, fine, small boy, I actually lost all my money. Okay. So that is the reason I'm participating in this Rangoli competition. But there was one important thing I did not lose. Fine. You ask him, fine, sir, what is the thing which you have with you if you're not lost everything? He says, Tambi, small boy, I have something. Fine. I have a Ben 10 watch. Is that clear? So Ben 10 is the keyword for the small country which we find here. Benin. Okay. B-E-N-I-N. Okay. Ben 10 in Benin. See, there are multiple requests that I did not speak about Mali. I did not speak about Chad. I did not speak about Cameroon and Central African Republic. See, please hold on. I need to explain to you a concept called as Sahel. Only when I teach you Sahel, I can talk about all these countries in unison. That is why I did not talk about Boko Haram also. Please don't make me repeat again and again. Have patience. Once I completed Africa and still it has not come, then you please ask me. Is that clear? So please don't come with repetitive requests. I will talk about the countries. Kindly hold on. Fine. Focus on the keyword right now. James Cameron says, Ben 10, okay, is the keyword. Okay, he has a Ben 10 watch. Those who do not know Ben 10 watch, I don't know what to tell you. Just picture this. See, some of you might have never seen Ben 10 at all, so it's totally acceptable. So just know this idea. Simple thing. Ben 10 is a watch. Fine. You can wear the watch, and after wearing the watch, you can press button. Fine. If you press button, you can transform into anything, not anything you want. There is a selective section, and you can transform into that. For example, I can become a monster. I can become an animal, something like that. So that is basically Ben 10 watch. Just remember that different powers will be there. That's all you need to remember. Not favorite show, fine man. That's all you need to remember. The reason why you need to remember that is because James Cameron is going to do some transformations. So Benton is the keyword. You ask him, fine sir. Oh, fine. You have a very good watch. Okay. So please, I'm really interested. Can you? You have this watch. So can you change into something and show? Please, just press some button, change and something into show. Fine. James Cameron says, okay, man, let's have some fun. Fine. So he takes his watch, puts it on, and after that, he starts something. Okay. So what does he start? Well, first transformation coming up. He transforms into number one, elephant. He transforms into an elephant which sings Ghana. Exactly. So that's the first transformation. Now you ask me, sir, how is it even relevant? And, why are we using these words? Fine. So you just say, see, simple, look carefully. You find the word Ghana right there. Yeah, there it is. Ghana is a country. Okay, fine. Now you will automatically ask me, sir, Ghana is a country I can see, but what is the reason, you have something called as elephant? Okay, just hold on. Let me explain how elephant is related. Just a second. See, you see this country right here, Cote d'Ivoire. I'd like to explain there. Fine. Cote d'Ivoire is the French name of the country. Fine. The English name of the country, the name of the country itself. This is not a keyword, people. Fine. Ivory Coast. Very good. One person guessed it right. Two people guessed it right. Ivory Coast. That is the name of the country itself. Fine. And you know that elephant, elephant, okay. Elephant has this huge tusk, isn't it? So these tusks are made up of ivory. Fine. So elephant, which can sing Ghana. Is that clear? So picture, see now, imagination is very crucial. When you imagine the elephant, I know you did that mistake. I think you imagine a normal elephant. Find this gray color or black color elephant, which you find in our temples. Picture James Cameron's face. Okay. So James Cameron's nose should become very long, pink color. Okay. So that should become very long, and James Cameron himself becomes an elephant. You see the Titanic director tearing open his shirts, elephant. Okay. So with the ivory thing, and he's singing Ghana. So only then you will remember. Fine. Now, he's singing Ghana, isn't it? Fine. You know what song he's singing? So picture a huge elephant and remember this song. Togo, 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 Togo. Is that, goto, 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 goto. That is the literal song itself. Now, why do you want the elephant to make that stupid sound, Togo, Togo, or goto, goto? Well, the reason is this. Look carefully. Fine. Nearby. Okay. You will find a country, people. I'll just clear that area for you. Just hold on. Just a second. Yeah, if you see carefully, there will be a country, Togo. See there? Togo. T-O-G-O. That is the name of the country itself. T-O-G-O. Togo. Fine. So elephant, which can sing, Ghana. Fine. This is the relation. Why do we use the word elephant? Because the relation with ivory. So you will not forget Ivory Coast. You will not forget Ghana. Fine. Now we need to understand what Ghana, isn't it? Fine. Togo, Togo. That is the music. Fine. James Cameron keeps singing. You can't really tolerate the music. When the music is, you can't even describe the worst level of music. You closed your ears and shouting at James Cameron. James Cameron, sir, you might be director of Titanic, sir, but your singing is very, very bad, sir. Please stop. James Cameron stops singing, come back to original state. Fine. Then you ask him, sir, this elephant matter is not working for me. please transform into something else. Okay, see, Cote d'Ivoire and Ivory Coast are same. Cote d'Ivoire is French name, Ivory Coast is English name. Okay, so transform into something else. So James Cameron puts his watch again, presses button. Okay, let's see what he becomes this time. Now James Cameron becomes a liberated, what? Liberated Leo. Leo means lion, liberated lion. Fine. Now again, I'm telling you this, don't make this imagination error. Don't imagine a normal line. Normal line you will forget. 100% sure. James Cameron head should have so much of hair. So imagine his face becoming a lion. Fine. And to remember the word liberated. Liberated is you feel very, very free. So picture a lion, you're standing here. Picture the lion jumping from the ground to the sky. Okay, from the ground it is jumping 100 feet or 100 meters, and again it is coming back down. So it feels liberated. It feels very, very independent, liberated. Fine. And James Cameron's face has become Leo. Fine, lion in this case. Now, why are we using these keywords? Look carefully, you will get the countries. The countries are just there. Yeah, I guessed it correctly. We see a country Liberia here. Liberia. And the second one, Sierra Leone. Fine. Leo for Sierra Leone. Fine. And liberated for this country, Liberia. Simple. So that's James Cameron's transformation. Okay. So after he's becoming a lion, he's going here and there, it's creating so much of chaos, creating so much of disturbance, so much of problem. So Liberia, Sierra Leone. Is that clear? So second transformation. Now, are you satisfied with the second transformation? No, because the second transformation is creating more problems than the first transformation. He's like, sir, elephant is horrible. Lion is even more horrible. Please transform into something else so that I can enjoy. Fine. He says, small boy, okay, I understand. Maybe you're not interested in transforming into big animals. I will become small animal and show you. See, it's a very simple keyword. James Cameron transforms into guinea pig. Okay, that's all. I think many of you guessed it even before I said the keyword. That's very good follow-up of the class. Good people. Guinea in Guinea, that's all. Look here, we find the country Guinea. See, some of you might not be familiar with this guinea pig. See, it is similar to rats only. For example, in some films they will show, isn't it? You will find one wheel, and over the wheel a rat will be rolling and going. That is technically your guinea pig, the small rat-like animal, also known as a hamster. Hamster we'll see later. So guinea pig is a keyword. Guinea pig in Guinea. Okay, so that is a keyword. Guinea pig in Guinea. Okay, so James Cameron becomes very, very small. James Cameron comes and sits on your hand. He says, how's this small boy? You're really angry. Fine. Sir, enough transformation, sir. I thought the Benton watch would be good. But what you have is really not Benton watch, sir. It is stupid watch. Fine. These transformations are very, very boring. You better go to your original state itself. Fine. James Cameron goes back to its original state itself. Is that clear? Now, you're really pissed off. Fine. I ask you, why are you pissed off? The reason is simple. Why did you go on me, James Cameron? Because you wanted to get some clue regarding X. So far, has he given you any clue? He's simply showing off his watch. He became an elephant, he became a lion, he became a guinea pig for no reason. Fine. He's like, sir, please help me out, sir. How did you lose all your money? James Cameron says, Thambi, actually, I lost all my money because I gambled. What did he say? He lost all the money because he gambled. Very simple. Look at a country here. You see a country right there, Gambia. That's the relationship. James Cameron gambled all his money and left all his money. Is that clear? Fine. You're asking him, sir, you're such a big person. Fine. Don't you know that gambling is very, very, bad for people? Isn't it? Don't you know it is very, very bad? Why did you gamble? Haven't they said in Mahabharata, because of gambling, all Pandavas lost all their money? They even placed Draupadi and lost it. Because of that, there was huge war known as Kurukshetra. Everyone died at the end of the day. Such an intelligent person, why did you gamble? You ask him. And James Cameron says this, my dear friends. He says he gambled because next keyword coming up. Listen, James Cameron gambled because he wanted to put scene in front of girl. Is that clear? I see it's putting scene in front of girl. I think everyone of you understand. I think so. Okay, I think I'm just translating the word from Tamil to English. Putting scene in front of girl is simply showing off. Okay, so putting scene in front of girl. The keywords are these: scene and girl translate to Senegal. See a country right there. Senegal. Is that clear? Putting scene in front of girl. Senegal. Okay. You're really angry with James Cameron. Fine, you take him, you grab him by his shirt. Why did I come and talk to you? I wanted a clue regarding X. Fine. You're giving me rubbish information, useless information. I don't care about your stupid story, how you lost money with X, how you put scene in front of girl. Where can I find X? If you don't give any clue, I'm going to kill you right now. You threaten James Cameron. Is that clear? Fine. Now, once you threaten James Cameron got afraid. Hey, relax, man. Relax. Fine. I'll tell you the clue. Fine. Simple. Go to the western part of Sahara. And in the western part of Sahara, you will find your clue. That's your country. Simply says, go to Western Sahara. Sahara, you wouldn't forget. Let me describe Sahara Desert. Then you never ever forget that there is a place called as Western Sahara. Fine. So that is the clue given by James Cameron. Is that clear? Then you're like, fine, man. I've been searching one total continent and he finally says, go to Western Sahara. Western Sahara was near Morocco. I would have directly gone here. But the problem is, if you're directly gone to Western Sahara, you'd not be knowing all these countries. Fine. Now let's see what happens. You go to Western Sahara. Fine. Sahara is a very big desert. You go to Western Sahara. And as he told in Western Sahara, they placed a box. Okay. One box is there. And in the box, it is written clue. C-L-U-E. You take the box, open the box. Inside one more box is there. Fine. You open the box. Inside the box, clue is there. You take the clue. Fine. You know what is actually placed? You know this bun? Okay. Inside the clue box, bun is there. Okay, that is your clue. And using that bun, you need to proceed further. Fine. So that ends the description section for your African continent. You've listened, you got more than 40 countries. Now, we'll still need to see islands. Hold on. There were questions during the discussion itself. Sir, you have missed country Burkina Faso. You have missed a country Mauritania. You have missed a country known as Equatorial Guinea. It's right here. Equatorial Guinea will be somewhere around here. Okay, you missed these 4 countries. Islands will come in, don't worry. Fine. You missed Lesotho, Swaziland. Fine, people are commenting. See, the countries, I think close to 5 to 8 countries has been voluntarily kept out of mnemonics. See, the point is they are not really important in international relations. So it was not a conscious effort to avoid them. But it's not that if they're not present, it is not going to affect the exam or preparation in any other way. So that is the reason those countries were kept out. Is that clear? Now, if you want to improve this present mnemonics and then, have your own story, add on things to the story, you're more than welcome to do so. But this is my section. Is that clear? So Sahara is simple, man. When I go to description of Sahara, you'll be in a position to understand. I just want to repeat this section again. We'll listen to the story. Then I'll go for description. Then we'll do entire Africa, all the 40 countries together. Let's see whether we can keep up with the story. Is that clear? Mauritania, again, I haven't taken it up as part of mnemonics. Fine. So we just do this last part. We'll do the mnemonic. After doing the mnemonic, we'll go for description. Then one final swing. So with that final swing, we'll close Africa. Okay. Then we'll do a small exercise. Take a break. and then we'll go to Europe. Okay. So if you remember last section, okay. See, just this call, do you want to do the last section, or shall we do the entire thing fully starting from Morocco? From the start or from here? That's all. Start or here. That will only time. Let's see what you do. Entire one. Okay, from the start. Okay. See, if I'm going to do from the start, I'm not going to display the map. Is it fine? Okay, fine. Everyone says it's from start. So I'm going to close the map right now. Okay, I'm just going to stop sharing. See, I'll give you 2 minutes time. You take 2 minutes. Fine. Revise your mnemonics. But once you revise your mnemonics, you need to close your notebook. Take 2 minutes. Exactly 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Don't take your bathroom break. Let's finish Africa, then you take a break. 2 minutes. Revise everything. Once you have finished, then you take a break. So 2 minutes. Revise fast. Revise very fast. So keep revising. I'm just there. Okay. Revise for 2 minutes. And we'll do the entire Africa. Let's see whether you can remember all the countries. One more minute. Okay, a few seconds. I'll give you 50 more seconds. Almost done. Okay, here we go. Ready? So you'll have to be honest with yourself. Just close your notebook. Close your notebook. Close your notebook. We start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Count it fast. 4, 3, 2, 1. So remember the first word. Always map Atlas. So you cross the Atlas Mountains. Fine. And after crossing the Atlas Mountains, you met a talking rabbit this size. You asked a clue to the rabbit. Fine, rabbit, give me a clue regarding this person X. Rabbit said the word male, M-A-L-E. M for Morocco, A for Algeria, L for Libya, L for Libya, okay, and then E for Egypt. You told the rabbit it'll be very, very difficult if I'm going to walk a very, very long period of time. And rabbit told you, opened its mouth, a mouth organ came out, it gave you the mouth organ. Use this and start walking, you will not feel bored. So this was the keyword, you cleaned it, tune in this country, Tunisia. You kept on walking, fine. Then you reached Egypt. Remember, E-G-Y-P-T. Egypt had an egg in it. So egg was there. Egg looks like 0, which is nothing but Nil. Nil was the keyword for Nile. You had the longest river in the world entering in Egypt, that Mediterranean Sea. So Nile Delta was there. Fine. You were really tired since you were walking for a very, very long time. Hence, you wanted to make sure that you get some method of transport. Nearby, there was a choir mat shop, C-O-I-R. You started playing tune. Choir mat comes to life. Choir was a keyword for Cairo. So you stand on the choir mat in the river, started playing tune. The choir mat went along the river. When you were along the river, there was a huge dam made of cricket balls, Aswan Dam, A-S-W-A-N. I know, and that for remembering Aswan Dam, we had this keyword Ashwin. Ravichandran Ashwin was standing on top. He gets down, he says, there is danger, use my car. He gave you a cricket ball card, remember? So he got into the car, started moving south. Then people were shooting in Sudan. Because of shooting in Sudan, bullets come and hit your car. Car and tum, that is sound. Khartoum. Khartoum was a place. Because of extensive shooting, the car begins to break. Sudan and then South Sudan. There was chaos everywhere. You wanted to escape. There were two people. One person was white, one person was blue. White Nile and then Blue Nile. You went to the blue person, asked for help. He said, nearby there is a highland. Hop over the highland. Hop over Ethiopia. You went to Ethiopia. He asked you to look down. Look over the edge. EDGE. E and D for keywords. E for Eritrea and D for Djibouti. Okay. When he looked down, he kicked you from there. You fell down, remember? Okay, you fell down, desert, so on and so forth. Old man, camel thing. Old man came to you, looked at the camel and says, Somal in Somalia. After getting milk, he was very happy for getting milk. He gave you chicken. Fine. So chicken was a keyword for Kenya. After that, you drank brew coffee. Fine. Huge mug. Brew. B for Burundi, R for Rwanda, and then U for Uganda. After drinking huge mug coffee, you threw the mug away. You asked him for clue. He said, walk into a bar. You walked into a bar. After walking into a bar, there the person you need to ask clue was Victoria, fine, or Victor, any choice. And that was the keyword for Lake Victoria. You asked Victoria, Victoria said, dance with me, fine. So he started dancing. Dance was the keyword for this country, Tanzania. After dancing, you asked for clue. She said, nearby there is a long mall. Remember, mall in Malawi. You enter the mall, you make it out alive. She said, you will meet X. You entered mall Malawi. After walking inside the mall, at the end, you found 3 Zambies. Remember, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, 3 Zambies. It is impossible to fight against Zambies. There was a door, you broke the door. Once you opened the door, there was a huge desert, and in the middle of the desert, there was a boat in Botswana. You jumped inside the boat, started playing tune, mouth organ, fine. The boat went on its own, and finally you reached the south of Africa, South Africa. There you met Nelson Mandela, asked for some sort of help. Mandela said, I am very busy. Go to a nib-shaped statue, start praying. That will help you out. You went to the nib statue, nib in Namibia. Fine. Statue gave you diamonds with a letter. It said, use the diamonds for a Rangoli competition. Rangoli in Angola. You went to the competition because the statue said, if you participate in the competition, you will find the person who can help you to guide you to X. You went to the competition. Someone won first prize. You wanted to see really what they have done. Fine. You saw the picture. There was King Kong, and in between there was a gap. Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, and there was one small country known as Gabon, Gabon. Who's the winner of the competition? Well, it was James Cameroon. James Cameroon entered his Titanic ship, CAR, Central African Republic. You ran to James Cameroon. You caught him, told the word X. James Cameroon became very sad. Sad was a keyword for this country, Chad, C-H-A-D. Then you asked him, sir, how did X cheat you? James Cameron says, well, he told he was the owner of 2 multinational corporations, MNC, Mali, Nigeria. Fine. That was the end of 3rd section of mnemonics. Now we come to the 4th section, the only thing which we haven't revised. Fine. Then you ask him, sir, have you lost everything in this battle with X? He says, no, Dambi, the small boy, I have something else. Fine. I got my Ben 10 watch. Ben 10 was the keyword for the country, Benin. You were really interested in the Ben 10 watch because it can help people to transform. You asked him to transform into something and show. Is that clear? So first button he presses, he becomes a huge elephant. Those becoming big. Huge elephant which can sing Ghana. Elephant has ivory. That was the keyword for this country known as either Ivory Coast, that is the English name, or the French name, Côte d'Ivoire. Okay, fine. Ghana was simply the name for Ghana itself. And remember the song, Togo, 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 Goto, 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 whatever it is, fine. That was a keyword for the country, Togo. The song was really horrible. You couldn't listen to the song. He asked him, change it to something else. He pressed the second button. He became a lion, hair becoming big, fine. Liberated lion. To remember the word liberated, I asked you to imagine James Cameron's lion jumping up and down. Liberated was the keyword for this country, Liberia. And Leo was the keyword for the country, Sierra Leone. You were not satisfied with that also. He changed into number 3. He became a small guinea pig. Fine. Guinea pig was the keyword for the country, Guinea itself. You're really frustrated with the Benton watch, you ask him, how did you lose all your money? James Cameron said, I lost all my money because I gambled. Gamble was the keyword for Gambia. You asked him, why would such a good person gamble? He said, I wanted to put scene in front of a girl. Fine. Scene in front of girl, scene and girl, Senegal. That was a country. You grabbed him. You're going to give me some clue right now. And then James Cameron said, fine, go to the western part of Sahara. You'll find a clue. You went to western Sahara, and there was a box, and inside the box, there was a bun. Is that clear? So that ends a mnemonic. And as I told you, there were countries which was, not, completely, not everything was included. There were 5 to 6 countries which was not part of the mnemonic. But, once you know these countries, you totally get an idea. The description part, after finishing the 4th segment, then we need to look at certain other elements of Africa along with the islands also. I shall finish that and then give you a break, so that we complete Africa. Just it'll only take 5 to 6 more minutes. Fine. If it exceeds 5 to 6 more minutes, then you can take a break. Okay. Bun is a keyword. Yes, bun we will use later. That's why I specifically put bun. Okay. So shall I continue, or I think it's better we continue and just close Africa, because I just want to start Europe afresh. Only few countries and few points alone. I just finish Africa 5 minutes, then you take a break. Okay. Thanks. Just hold on. Let me share content. So we'll just finish these small section of West Africa alone. So you're right here, isn't it? This part we need to take. And along with that, few other points. See, all the countries after Nigeria, for example, I just write them down. Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Togo, Liberia, Guinea. All the countries in West Africa, this entire section, always small countries. Yes, Benin also. Benin. All the countries are famous for 2 important things. Plantations, people. And you ask me what plantations? Well, number 1, cocoa plantations. See, this is the raw material for which one? Cocoa. Chocolates. So all your dairy milk, Cadbury, all of them, see, chocolate will get manufactured in different places. Good. But cocoa comes from here only. Cocoa plantations. And number 2, rubber, people. Natural rubber. You're not talking about industrial rubber. Natural rubber. Large amount of rubber plantations. Is that clear? Now I'll add those points. People asked, isn't it? Cameroon, Central African Republic. I did not give description. Hold on. Cameroon and Central African Republic, people, wood industry. Wood. See, it's an equatorial forest, very thick forest. So there they go for woods, lumbering. Logging, you can say. They cut and then sell it outside. Is it clear? Logging, Cameroon and Central African Republic. Now we need to see 2 more concepts. If you're ready, I will flip over and then go to the map. Okay. So 2 points, and both points are related. Okay. So once you got your economics right, fine. I think I'm getting responses. One person asked me to wait. I'll hold on for a few more seconds. Okay. Then we just look at 2 important parts. Then I'll relate with Chad also. People ask me regarding Mali and Chad. Hold on. Let me explain this. Few more seconds. You ready? I'll flip over. Okay, fine. Hold on. Let me share the photograph. Look at a simple concept. Yep. People, this, okay, is the largest Sahara. You see the extent of Sahara, and it's very, very big. This is the largest hot desert in the world. Largest hot desert in the world. Is it fine? Okay. Now, what is our relation or what is our understanding is we are concerned about this word. Okay. Sahel. So describe Sahel. Okay. So the point is this, with reference to Sahel. You can just write this and keep, then I'll explain. Transition from desert to rainy coastal Africa. Write this, I will explain. Okay. Transition from desert to rainy coastal Africa. Fine. Now, if you're ready, I'll tell you. See, if you look at it, the question which you asked me comes, for example, see, Niger is here, Mali is here, Chad is here, Sudan is here, Mauritania is here. All of them come under Sahel region. Parts of Algeria, close to 10 countries will come actually. Small countries will come as Sahel. Fine, you need to understand what is Sahel. Now I'll go for explanation. See, it is simple. You know what is a desert, isn't it? In desert area, there will be complete absence of water or very, very less water. So that is your desert region. That is your Sahara. What do you find right here? So Sahara is right here. Okay. Now, you come to coastal Africa. For example, you take these countries. Nigeria is here. We saw Benin, Togo, Sierra Leone, Ghana, and all those countries where we saw cocoa and rubber plantations. See, think about the logic. If you're going to cultivate cocoa, you're going to cultivate rubber, you can do those plantations only if you have water. Fine. So Sahara deserts, there is less water. Get the idea? In Sahara deserts, there is less water or complete absence of water. Okay. You come to your coastal Africa, there is very good water. Is that clear? But in between these two regions, that is the reason I've used this word transition. Fine. Transition meaning the water availability or the presence of water in Sahel region is not completely assured. There is no assurance, meaning 2 years you might have good rainfall. Fine. You have very good rainfall, there is good agriculture. Then after 2 years, consecutively for 4 years, you might not have good rainfall. Again, for 2 years, you might have rainfall. Is that clear? This Sahel region always has problems of agriculture. Think about it. If you have problem of agriculture, then automatically food security becomes a problem. I can't feed my entire population. Fine. If food security becomes a problem, you have the issue of inflation and conflicts. That is the reason you take the Sahel region. Fine. It is always in one way or the other embroiled in civil war. The link is this. Okay. Simple. Water availability comes into question. Hold on. Just a second. We're discussing about Sahel, isn't it? So water availability is a question. If water availability is a question mark, then food security becomes a problem. If food security becomes a problem, there will be hunger, there will be poverty, there will be conflict also. Is it fine? So you look at your, United Nations program. Most of the United Nations program, Food and Agricultural Organization, UNICEF, they work day and night for improving the Sahel region. They're always present in the Sahel region, trying to improve their conditions and so on and so forth. Is that clear? So that is with reference to your Sahel region. Last point for today. Last point with reference to Africa for today. Okay. See, I think bilateral relations, did sir talk about Boko Haram? Boko Haram, Bokoharam. Anyone? Bilateral relations? No. Okay, fine. See, okay, I just introduce them. No problem. See, I told you when I discussed about Nigeria that there is a a terrorist organization which operates in Nigeria, isn't it? Kindly note the terrorist organization's name is Boko Haram, and this is the name, Boko Haram. And this organization operates primarily in Nigeria, but not just in Nigeria, it spreads across other countries also. For example, it operates partly in Niger, it operates partly in Chad, okay, it operates partly in adjoining countries also. So this region spread across four countries. Four countries you have Boko Haram operating. Just know their location alone in detail. See, there is a subject, internal security. I think most of you would know. It is there as part of General Studies Paper 3. So in internal security, sir will be discussing about, Mr. Karthikeyan will be discussing about terrorist organizations, relation between terrorist organizations and organized crime. At that time, Boko Haram will definitely come up. Now, how do I relate Boko Haram? We look at the relationship here. I told you, Sahel region already has problems of food security. And because of that, we have issues of poverty. Exactly. So once you create inequality in society, there is no proper employment opportunities. You cannot support your family. Fine. And some individual comes to you and says, "See, take this gun, uh, kill 5 or 10 people with me. I will make sure that you have food, that your family has enough money for taking care of expenses." Automatically people will start moving towards the terrorist organization. And currently it is a big problem. The organization Boko Haram has become very strong in the last 5 to 6 years, and it makes news now and then. And that is why you need to know about Boko Haram. So I'll just leave it here, So you take your break. Is that clear? Fine. So just want to know, do you want a break of 5 minutes or 10 minutes? Please don't say 10. Let me see what is the response. I'll take up some doubts are there. I'll take up after the break. 5. Good students. Very, very good students. 7. How do you even choose the option 7, man? 7 is 7. K7. Okay. So you take a break for 5 minutes. We'll continue after that. 7.5 minutes. What is that? See, once they say 5 minutes, it'll become 6 minutes. You take a break for 5 minutes. I'll just leave it here. There are some questions. 4 countries operating with Boko Haram. We'll see with Africa again. I just have a small exercise for you after the break. Take a break now. 5 minutes. Come back after that. So I think, yeah, no problem. I shall share the email ID again today also. No issues at all. I'll share the email ID again. I'll write it at the end of the session. No issues at all. So I think we can continue. So this is where we stop. I just addressed 2 to 3 questions. There was a country, there was a question on islands. We'll see islands now. There is a question on the clarity of Boko Haram and what countries it operates. I'll address that. Those 2 are major questions. And one person has asked regarding resources in Congo. I'll take up that also. So just close this one and go to the biggest map of Africa. So now we can see it in a larger picture rather than smaller segments. Just hold on. So this is our map. So let me just clarify. Okay. So Guinea-Bissau are not taken up as part of mnemonic. Guinea-Bissau is a very small country, man. Not really, not really an important country for international relations. So let me just take this out. So first question was regarding islands. So what islands should we be learning and what is their importance? See, just keep this in mind. Of major islands, you just need to remember 3 things. I'll just mark the locations and give you the keyword also. Remember this word. Just remember the simple word MMS. Okay. So MMS, that's all. Okay, what does MMS stand for? See, 3 countries here. Just hold on. Maybe you can zoom in this area. 1 M, 2nd M, and 3rd S. Mauritius, Madagascar, and Seychelles. These are very important islands when it comes to island discussion, because all these islands you will find it in news. Mauritius will be in news many times. For example, you will learn in terms of economics. Faculty will be talking about Mauritius. Madagascar is important for environmental studies. It has very good biodiversity. So for environment class, faculty will take up that. And Seychelles is, I think Govind sir might have talked about this, bilateral relations. It's a very important place, as you can clearly see. It is in the Western Indian Ocean on the entire coast of Africa. Okay, so this was the first question which came up. Keyword is simple, MMS. S is Seychelles. You can see the word here. I'll read it. SEY. You can just zoom in, just to hold on. I'll just zoom in. I can underline for you, no problem at all. Okay, just a second. Let me just share it again, because I was not able to zoom in. No issues. Okay, I think now it will be clear. Yeah. So I think you remember this part alone, where we talked about Mozambique, so on and so forth. So this is where it is. Mauritius, I think now it should be fine. Seychelles, so M. Madagascar, M. And then Seychelles, S. So I told you MMS, just remember this. So MMS, south to north. Okay. So Seychelles is the group of islands. So these 3, you remember, it will be enough. There are many other islands. For example, there is Comoros, there is Diogo Garcia. So all these things, you'll be getting to know. No issues at all. When it comes to map discussions, you remember these 3 islands, it is more than enough. Other islands, if they make current affairs, then you can follow. These 3 you should remember. If you're ready, I'll go to the western section and deal with countries of Boko Haram. If you're ready, just let me know. These islands don't belong to any country. These are individual countries. Seychelles is a country. Mauritius is a country. Madagascar is a country. These are island countries. Okay. So I'll just zoom out. So I just need to take these things off. Hold on. So Mauritius, Madagascar, all are African countries. They're island nations. See, for example, you take Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an Asian country. Fine, that's all. So similar to that, you have these countries in Africa. So they asked me, like, sir, how is Boko Haram operating? See, simple. See, problem in dealing with Boko Haram is this entire region is your Sahel part, right? We just saw. This is your Sahel region. Is that clear? Fine. So This is where Boko Haram operates, this region. See, and it's to do with border management. See, I told you it is dry land area. Dry land area transitioning into a desert. So this region which you have marked in black color, that is the area where Boko Haram mostly operates. Fine. This region, it is very difficult for fencing. You don't really know where one country ends and where one country starts. Okay, that is the reason you'll have to talk it up. Okay. So no, those who joined late, you have not missed anything. I just mentioned 3 island countries, and then I'm talking about the region where Boko Haram is operating. So these are the 4 countries: Nigeria, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon. Just understand, they are mostly in Nigeria. This is the priority country. They are pretty deep into Nigeria. They operate in this entire area. They're also in Niger, Chad, and Cameroon, 4 countries. That's just to answer the second question which came up. Hold on. Okay. Importance of sea shells in Mauritius. Mauritius, they will talk about in economics. There is a concept called as round tripping. And round tripping is an economic concept. Money laundering only. Okay, after money laundering, round trip. That is mostly done in Mauritius. That will be taught in economics. I don't want to go in detail towards that. Is it okay? So are you ready for your exercise? Shall we start? Yeah, shell companies. Good. Okay. Now, if you've talked about it, simple exercise for you. Resource in Congo, I'll take it up last, man. I'll definitely do it. And now I haven't forgotten. I'll take that up. Now I'm going to stop share. Okay. Now listen. Take a fresh page. I mean, whatever notebook or paper you're using, take a fresh page now. Let's take one. Taken. Now, simple work. Give you 5 minutes. You'll have to do it. See, I trust you're doing it. I really can't monitor from here. Draw the political map of Africa. You did hear me right. I'll repeat again. Draw the political map of Africa. See, when I ask you to draw the political map of Africa, don't do this. Don't simply say, sir, I've drawn. It's over. Either outline. I don't want outline. I want a country, border, everything. Don't you dare see any other source. Draw it now. 300 seconds. Let's see how far you've understood the mnemonic. Let's see whether you can draw. Draw right now. Draw. 300 seconds. See, there is a reason why I'm asking you to do this exercise. There is a strong reason I'm asking you to do this exercise. Draw the political map of Africa now. 5 minutes. There is a reason. Do it. Do it and explain. Start drawing. Start. I will launch a cyber attack then. I don't know programming also. Draw. You got 2 minutes. Sorry, 3 minutes, I think. Yeah, 3 minutes. What are we supposed to do? Draw the political map of Africa. You have only 2 minutes, man. Draw the political map of Africa. That's all. All the countries without seeing the map. With seeing anyone can draw. No problem, man. No problem. No issues. Thirty seconds. Okay. I think you should have done by now. If you're not done also, no problem. Stop. It's okay. It's okay. First time you're drawing, it's fine. See, understand the reason for the exercise. Okay. Stop, just listen to me. It's fine, wherever you're doing. See, if UPSC is going to give you Indian Administrative Service or Indian Foreign Service or Police Service and says you draw the political map of Africa correctly, once you're drawn and give you service itself not necessary. Okay. UPSC will not ask question, draw the map of this country. Won't come. Then why are we doing that? Okay. I will take you to a question. It was asked in 2019 prelims. Just hold on. Just a second. Yeah. So this question was asked in 2019 prelims. This is in SETI, question 36. So they've asked match the following people. They've asked the sea borders which country, that's all. Does it ring a bell? No. Morocco, first country we started. Okay. They've asked you to match it and tell whether it is bordering Mediterranean Sea. Yes or no? Anyone? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, you're right. See, understand the purpose of the mnemonic. Okay, fine. Now listen to me. So what should I know when I learn map? Now I'm coming to the exam perspective. What should I know? See, thing is, you should know the general idea. Now, what do you mean by general idea here? See, if this is your African continent, if I mention the name of the country, okay, or because questions UPSC asks like this only. If anyone gives you the name of the country, you should be in a position to tell whether the country is in north, is the country in south, is the country in west, is the country in east, or is the country in central part of Africa. If this understanding is there, that alone will be enough. Okay. See, why have we structured the mnemonics in such a way? That is the reason I broke the story into 4 parts. First segment is this. This was second segment, third segment, fourth segment. Okay. Now, depending on the country coming in whichever part of the story, you will be in a position to simply say the country is in which part of Africa. For example, I ask you, let's say Botswana. Fine. Is Botswana is in Southern Africa, Western, Northern, Eastern Africa? You know that based on the story, you just simply know that, Botswana, boat and desert, it comes in somewhere in the end of the story, end of the second segment. Fine. So you automatically know Botswana is here. There'll be no confusion whether Botswana is there in western side or northern side. Fine. Once you know Botswana is there in Southern Africa, then you will be in a position, fine, to just tell whether Botswana will border the Mediterranean Sea or not. Mediterranean Sea was here. Is it here? You need not know, when it comes to Morocco, you never need not know whether Morocco is here, whether Morocco is here, whether Morocco is here. Even that order need not be specific. Morocco is in Northern Africa, that's all. Once you know Morocco is in Northern Africa, you will simply know it will border Mediterranean Sea. You get it? So when you learn, this clarity you always have, which coastal area it is bordering, story is it coming in starting, middle, third part or fourth part. Based on the story, you can fix the country in any part. You'll be in a position to understand also. So this is how UPSC asks questions, okay? So that's why I want to show you a sample. So you'll know why you're learning something. Now, map is not there. I hope you're not using the map. If you're using the map also, close it. Simple question. Fine, I'll just give you a few. Don't think too much also. 10 seconds only. You need to tell me, I will give the name of a country. You will need to tell me whether the country is having a coastal area or not. That's all. Is it fine? Just tell me whether it has a coastal area or not. Answer either yes or no. Name of the country, Ethiopia. I thought one answer will come. Some are saying yes, some are saying no. The story comes. Listen here. Hold on. Wait. Coastal area, na? So many people are answering yes and no. Wait, we'll see there itself. I'll tell you why you made a mistake. Look at Ethiopia, people. Where is Ethiopia? Ethiopia is here. Does it have coastal area? Eritrea is here. Djibouti is here. Somalia is here. No coastal area. See, here only mnemonics will come. See, mnemonics is structured in such a way so that you'll be in a position to learn based on that. Go back to the story. What did I tell you? I told you, go to a highland. In a highland, in the edge countries are there. That's what I told you. You're looking down. Eritrea is here, Djibouti is here, E is here, D is here. How will the country have coastal area? Okay. Get the idea. Fine. So mnemonics was structured in such a way so that you remember that Ethiopia does not have coastal area. You look inside the edge. Eritrea is there, Djibouti is there, then Somalia is there. You can't have coastal area at all. These Ethiopia, they will definitely ask. There'll be certain, see, you just finished the mnemonics right now. But when I asked you a question where it has a coast area, you might have made a mistake. Questions will come like that. There'll be certain countries which are very close to coast area, won't have a coastline. Is that clear? So please be careful. So when you do the mnemonics again, next time when you do it personally, do it with the map. Please be conscious which is there in the coast, which is there in the landlocked state also. Is it? So that ends the discussion for your Africa part. There was one repetitive question on resources on Congo. I will write it in the whiteboard at the last when I give my email ID. I think that should be fine. Fine. So with keeping Africa, now we'll go to a continent which is very close to Africa, Europe. And we'll be dealing with a section of Europe. Okay. We'll look for the map there. Okay, just hold on. There is my Europe. There is my Europe. Okay. Okay, there is one request to take few more questions regarding Africa. I'll take it up, man. I'll take it up at the end. No problem. We still have some more time with the session. So we'll just go with the flow of the class. Then doubts I can handle even in the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes. No problem. Okay. People, this is your Europe map. And as I told you, it's not possible to, finish the entire section, entire European continent right now. Just a second. So as I told you, we can deal only with one section of Europe, people. So possibly we'll try to cover that too. I don't think I can finish description also. We'll try to cover western part of Europe alone today. That is possible. Is it clear? So we'll just focus on Western Europe. This entire continent, very complex. We'll do one and then we'll go to get together. Okay, just hold on. Just go for the Western section. It'll be easy for us. Where is my Western Europe? There is my Western Europe. So coming back to the normal line again, we got our story part and then our description. Now, we have finished Africa, entering our story mode. Ready for the story? Seatbelts on. Ready? If you're ready, I'll go ahead. Okay, fine. See, I think you remember the last, place where we stopped. I think you remember. Bun. B-U-N. Okay, so this was the word. I think you'll remember correctly. So now bun is the keyword, so you remember easily. So you take the bun people. You understood your international security brain. You're a secret agent. So you understood that bun is a clue. Bun is a clue for what? Well, bun is the clue for Lisbon. Okay. Lisbon is the capital of Portugal. Bun is the clue for Lisbon. 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 Okay. So the next mnemonic goes like this. From Africa, you take the bun, then you arrive in a port. What do? You arrive, you take a ship. Okay. You arrive in port. And next mnemonic is simple. Port in Portugal. This is your Portugal. Is that clear? Port in Portugal. So two simple words. Bun in Lisbon. Port in Portugal. Okay. So you jump inside the port. Okay. You come. You're like, fine. I finished one continent. Now I'm going to search for X in the next continent. Fine. So you arrive in Portugal. But as usual, once you arrived in Portugal, there was a problem. You did some Superman stunt. You landed on the port. Okay. When you landed, there is a sprain in your leg. Injury. Okay. Next country, you guessed it correctly. Sprain in Spain. Okay. Sprain in your leg. Sprain in Spain. Okay. Got it? Now moving ahead. See, usually this happens, when we get an injury, first thing what will happen is we'll become very, very angry. Angry means we will, for example, you go and hit a rock. First, we will scold the rock. After scolding the rock, first then we will scold ourselves, isn't it? So because of the sprain, because of the sprain, you're gone mad. You're really angry. Okay, gone mad. Very good, good guess. Mad in Madrid, the capital of Spain. Good guess. Mad in Madrid, the capital of Spain. Exactly. Okay. Now, see, some of you might know this, some of you might not know this. So I'll just tell you. See, usually, once there is a sprain in your leg, you want to apply some medicine. Okay, we're going to go for some medicine. Some section of people will know this treatment, some may not know. There is because this product, I don't know whether it's famous all India. There is one oil, okay, that is known as French oil. Okay, this is for people who do not know French oil. If you look at the advertisement for French oil, they will advertise like this. Okay, if you have black spots below eye, if you have back pain, if you have knee pain, you have stomach pain, drink French oil, everything will be okay. Is that clear? Fine. So French oil is an oil for all the problems. I think the old advertisement is still there on YouTube. So you can just watch that so that you remember the name. Is it clear? So you go to shop, and after going to shop, buy French oil. Okay, for treatment. French oil. French oil is the keyword for France. There it is. Okay, now I think we're entering countries which you are very familiar with. Okay, going to France. French oil from France. Is it clear? Now what you're doing is, now problem came. Okay, what problem? Well, French oil is very, very costly. Is it fine? If French oil is costly, you can get only from a costly place. Simple. So that is why you buy French oil from Paris. Is it clear? Simple. French oil is costly. Since it is costly, you buy it from a costly place, and that is Paris. Fine. So you buy French oil. After buying French oil, keep applying. Okay. So take French oil. Okay. Apply nicely first in your hand. Then take your leg, start applying. Applying nicely. Then only you understood there is a problem. Your skin, your body is actually allergic to French oil. Is that clear? So what happens is your skin is allergic to French oil. Because of this, listen, there are many germs. Is it clear? Many germs. Germany. That's all. There are many germs. Germany. You are allergic. Germs are there. Okay. Just write it properly. There are, that's the keyword. There are many germs. Okay. Germany. Germs. Is it fine? Now this is your leg. Okay. Wait, let me draw your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it clear? This is your leg. You applied French oil. After applying French oil, since allergy is there, you're getting blister. Is it okay? And they are pearl-shaped blisters. Okay, blister, you know, similar to pimples. Fine. Pearl-shaped blisters. Pearl. P-E-A-R-L. Fine. Why are we using the word pearl? Look carefully. There it is. Pearl in Berlin. Is it clear? Pearl in Berlin. Fine. Simple. You become allergic. There are many germs in your leg. Germany. Is it fine? And because of the allergy, you are getting blister similar to pimples. Okay. That is getting in your ankle or your leg. Fine. They are pearl shaped. Pearl is the keyword for Berlin. Is it fine? Now, how do you go to the next one? Simple. These blisters are beginning to bulge. They're beginning to what? Bulge. Find a better place for that. Beginning to bulge. Yeah, very good. Bulge. B-U-L-G-E. You're thinking, what country does it continent to? Well, simple. You find a small country here, written B-E-L. People, this is nothing but Belgium. Bulge in Belgium. Okay. Bulge in Belgium. Is it clear? So they're beginning to bulge. Bulge is the keyword for Belgium. Is it fine? Now, as I told you, story should be illogical. Fine. Usually for this type of, let's say the thing is there, it's beginning to bulge around your leg. Usually for these type of things, you should go to a proper doctor, get a treatment. Okay, but we are not going to get treatments. We have a special instrument. Remember, magical mouth organ. Okay, a magical mouth organ, isn't it? So you take the mouth organ, reach, start playing tune. Now that has become normal now because twice you have used. So start playing tune. Not you won't. It'll be it'll be too mainstream right now. So what we do is take the mouth organ. Don't play tune, but the thing is there, no blisters there, no. Start brushing on the entire blister. Don't do it in real life. You do this in real life when injury is there, no. Death due to external bleeding. Don't do that for our own story purpose. Okay. So your keyword is this. You start brushing. Many have guessed it correctly. Good. Brushing. Just hold on. I have the word. You start brushing. B-R-U-S-H-I-N-G. Okay. So remember that illogical thing. Brushing in Brussels, this country right here, Brussels, brushing in Brussels. Okay, simple. Brushing in Brussels. Now, technically, what should happen is the injury should become severe, isn't it? But this is our story. Our story, anything can happen. Your injury is cured successfully. You're completely free. You're completely back to very, very good health. There is no problem at all. Now there is an issue. What issue, ask me? Well, what you did was you bought France oil from Paris, isn't it? When you bought France oil from Paris, France oil was very costly. Because of that, you don't have money at all. All the money you spent on buying France oil, no, money is not there. Okay. Now this is the idea, right? If you don't have money, the first thing you do is you do some sort of work. You do some work, people will give money. Why do you need money? Because without money, you can't travel. Just because you say that you are a secret agent, people are not going to allow you in a train or railway. You need to travel, isn't it? So you ask people right there, can you give some work? I'm ready to work. If I work, I think you can give me money and I can continue my journey. Again, I'm a secret agent, so on and so forth. People say this. There is a difficult work. Let's see whether you can do. People say, see, nearby, there is a keyword coming up, isn't? There is a huge hamster. Now, automatically people will say, sir, I don't know what is a hamster. I told you, hamster is similar to a rat. Now, again, imagination, my people, imagination. Imagine a very big rat. Okay, something like this. Sorry, big rat. Okay, hold on. Big rat. This is your hamster. You are here. Such big rat won't exist in real life. Is it clear? Just imagine such a big thing. Okay, they say, nearby there is a huge hamster. Yeah, very good. Amsterdam. That was the keyword. I wanted to make the diagram to help your imagination. That's the reason. So you're standing here, they say, see, yeah, I'm a good artist. Draw, man, fine. So here, there is a hamster right there. Okay, so no problem. I'll just go ahead again. So you're brushing in Brussels. Brussels was the keyword. And after that, you need some work. For doing the work, they say there is a huge hamster. You ask them, see, such a big hamster. What work should I do? They say, see, this hamster is very naughty. Okay, very, very naughty. It's doing a lot of problems. Okay, so what you do is you cover this hamster with net. Is that clear? You cover this hamster with the net. So once you cover, we'll all be safe. So you start working. You work 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. After very, very hard work, you completely cover the hamster by using net. Yes, you got it. Net is the keyword. And if you look carefully, covering the hamster with net, net was the keyword for this country, Netherlands. Okay, they have not written the entire name there. I'll write it here. Net is the keyword for Netherlands. Netherlands. Okay, so you're a very hard-working man. You worked for a few days, and after working for a few days, you really you own this. So they give you so much of money. They say that was a very problematic hamster right there, my dear friend, and you helped us in controlling the hamster. Thank you very much. Take this money. So you take all the money. Is it clear? What you should do? I'll tell you. Where did you start your journey? Like, if you remember, you'd simply say you started from Portugal or Lisbon. But actually, you started your journey from long back. Remember, Morocco. Atlas, very good. See, since starting your journey in Atlas or Morocco, did you ever take bath even once? You crossed one continent now, close to one quarter continent is over, but still you haven't taken bath. So what you do right now is take baths, because cleanliness is very important in life. So take bath using, yeah, you guessed it correctly, Lux soap. Lux soap, don't imagine, as I told you, Lux soap, Lux here itself, Lux. Don't imagine normal Lux soap in a green color flavor, pink color flavor. Imagine brown color Lux soap, black color Lux soap. Those won't come. Okay. Country's name is here, Luxembourg. Okay, Luxembourg. That's the name of the country. The capital is also the same name. Okay, Luxembourg. Note down correctly. I'll read it. It might be too small. Luxembourg. Luxembourg. Is it clear? So Lux soap in Luxembourg. Fine. So you can sing, bathroom sing your favorite song. Okay, you are taking bath after a long time. You're becoming fresh. Taking bath is not just good for you, but it is good for the people around you, as said by Mr. Whale's mother in the film Gilly. Is it clear? Now, after taking bath using Lux soap, what you should do? Simple question. See, after taking bath, what do you do normally? Normally, what do you do? Eat. Very good. Good thing. One batch, they told me they will use towel. I don't know what's the point of towel. See, again, one person is typing towel. Why do you type towel, man? Like after taking bath, towel is part of the process of bathing. Right? So after taking bath, you should eat. Okay, that's a very good habit. First thing. So you're going to eat. What are you going to eat? Well, you're going to eat. Dress up is very, very personal, man. After dressing up, okay, you eat. So what are you going to eat? You're going to eat sweets, people. Is it clear? Where do you eat sweets from? Well, eat sweets from Switzerland. This yellow country you see right here, they're simply written with stylish words. SWITZ. First you eat sweets. Okay. Sweets from Switzerland. Switzerland is right there. Fine. Eat sweets. Sweets is the keyword. Sweets from Switzerland. Is it clear? See, one problem here. After the keyword, morning, after taking bath, empty stomach, in empty stomach, if you eat sweets, stomach will start burning. Okay. Stomach will start burning. See, burn is there. BERN. That is the capital of Switzerland. Stomach will start burning. Okay, so my stomach is burning right now. You are thinking now, why did I eat the sweets in the first place? Okay. So once your stomach starts burning, burn was a keyword, burn, BERN, you need to eat something else. So what you do is you start roaming here and there. What do? You start roaming here and there. You start roaming in the road. You want to find something else. Yes, you guessed it correctly. Roaming in Rome. Is it fine? Roaming, you're moving here and there, running here and there. You're running. Oh, my stomach is burning. My stomach is burning. I need something. After roaming here and there, finally, you find an idli shop. Okay. Finally, you find an idli shop in Italy. Idli in Italy. Okay. So that is your mnemonic for Italy. Is it clear? Fine. Idli in Italy. So take a few seconds. Let's digest the Italy part first. Okay. Take a few seconds. We'll review this mnemonic. We'll review this mnemonic from the start. Few seconds. Go through from Portugal. We'll just do the entire thing now. Few seconds. I'll give you time. Okay. Starting with Western Europe. Take 15 to 20 seconds. Ready? Go ahead. Okay. Few more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that is the Western Europe part. So remember, bun was the clue which you got in Africa. Okay, you take the bun. So bun was the keyword for the city, Lisbon. So you take the bun in hand, you're coming in ship. So after coming in ship from Africa, You are landing in a harbor or port. Port was the keyword for Portugal. You enter Portugal. Now, when you are jumping from ship is here, then land is here. Jumping from ship to here. When you made the jump, in your leg, there is a sprain. Sprain was a keyword for the country Spain. Okay, your injury is very severe. Usually, once an injury comes, first you're angry with others, then you're angry with yourself. So you really go angry. You become mad. Mad is a keyword for Madrid. Fine. So you need some sort of treatment, and for the treatment, you go nearby and then buy French oil. French oil is your treatment. French oil in France. So you take French oil, and the person says, see, French oil, you need to pay a lot of money. Fine. French oil is very costly. So you buy French oil from a costly place, Paris. So you take French oil, you take it in your hand, then apply French oil. Only after applying French oil, you realize that French oil is allergic to your skin. That's a big problem. Because of the allergy, there are so many germs in Germany. Because of the allergy, blisters are forming, big pimples. Fine. So those blisters which you have in your leg are pearl shaped. Pearl in Berlin. Is it fine? Now they are beginning to bulge. They're becoming bigger. Bulge in a country, Belgium. Is it fine? Now we saw our method of treatment, isn't it? Take your mouth organ. Don't play the mouth organ too mainstream. Take the mouth organ. Start brushing your leg. Don't do it in real life. So brushing was the keyword. Brushing in a city, Brussels. Brussels was the capital of Belgium. Now one problem, since you spend a large amount of money for buying French oil, you really don't have enough money, which means you'll have to work. So you go to a nearby place, ask for work. They tell you, nearby there is a huge hamster. Hamster means a huge rat. Okay. Hamster in a place, Amsterdam. We want you to cover this rat with net. You cover the rat with net. Net in a place, Netherlands. Fine. After earning money, you become a very good person and start taking bath using Lux soap. Lux in Luxembourg. And after taking bath using Lux soap, you go and eat sweets. Sweets from Switzerland. Empty stomach, you eat sweets, your stomach is going to burn. Burn in burn. It's really burning. You start roaming here and there. Is it fine? Finally, you reach Rome. Okay. And at the end of the day, you find an idli shop where you can go and start eating idli. So you enter the idli shop. Idli is the keyword for Italy. So that ends the discussion for your Western Europe part. Is it fine? That's your mnemonics part. We'll need to go for description. And I think even description, we can't finish the entire thing. Maybe I can help you with I'll try to do my level best for all these countries, or at least we can finish till Germany. I think Germany is possible. Okay. So we'll start a discussion part. So I'll just, where is Luxembourg? See, I'll just take this off and tell you. Hold on. See, Luxembourg is a very small country. Maybe that's why you were not able to see that. Luxembourg is this very, very small country. Here it is. This one. Very small place. See, all these are small countries when you compare the size of the others. So you can see that clearly, all of them. Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg are very, very small countries. So this yellow color thing is Luxembourg. Fine, just to address the question. I think those who, joined late also got the entire set of story. So stop sharing the map and then go for description. Okay. So first we started with Portugal and then we had Spain. See, Portugal and Spain together. See, one aspect I will be repeating again and again when it comes to Europe. So, see, don't tell me, sir, this thing I've repeated again. No, but it is actually true. When it came to Africa, I would have told you mining certain tobacco, tea, coffee, so on and so forth. This time when we talk about countries, when we talk about European countries, we'll see this word again and again. The major contributor for GDP in Portugal and Spain is tourism. Is it right? That is number one. This is together, same for both countries. We won't be dealing with capital cities mostly. We are more concerned about the countries, so on and so forth. So major contributor for GDP is tourism. Now I want to talk about specifics. Okay. See, you take Portugal. Portugal is known for specially manufacture of cork. I think cork you would have seen in your laboratories, chemistry lab or physics lab. they will keep all those glass bottles, fitted with cork. Portugal is a leading manufacturer of cork in the world. Fine. Tourism is the major contributor to GDP for both Portugal and Spain. Specifically to Portugal, yeah, cork. Fine. Now coming to Spain, okay, we need to add to a few more points. Specifically, number one, zinc metal. Okay. Kindly note, this is finished metal. I'm not talking about zinc ore. Metal as if zinc metal. Number two, fruits and nuts, people. Fruits and nuts. Fine. Especially southern Spain, if you see, they have large farms. They produce many varieties of fruits and nuts. Fine. So that is specific to Spain. Okay. Now coming to a romantic country. Okay. France. Okay. See, you mention the word tourism anywhere. Okay. What is zinc used for? Zinc is used in galvanization, man. Zinc prevents rusting of metals. I think you know that. Zinc is usually used in coating for many metals, prevents rusting, and it is also used in alloys. Is it fine? But talking about France, see, whenever people talk about tourism industry, the first country which comes to mind, everyone is France. Like globally, it is always in top 5. Always in top 5 countries for tourism. So tourism is a bada industry, biggest industry in France, very big. Okay, services sector. Coming to the second services sector industry in France, number 2 is information and communication technology, ICT, information and communication technology. Is it fine? See, now usually when I mention France, you will specify these commodities come from there. Okay. So I'll specify those commodities. First, you know about perfumes, isn't it? See, rather than perfumes, use this word, essential oils. Fine. All those costly oils are exported from France. Perfumes. Number 2, wine production. These are manufacturing industries. Perfume and wine, tertiary, secondary sector. Is it clear? Fine. See, France has so many varieties of wine, man. Like it's the best place. There are even what do you call competition? Not competitions as such. You have beer drinking competitions. You have wine tours where you travel to different parts of France and drink wine. Like they will give you a glass. You pay some money and participate in the tour. Like every part of France you go, you can drink different type of wine and beer. I haven't done that, but that's there on my bucket list. We'll see whether I reach there. See, now I want to talk about two things important for the, even more important for the exam, because these two things usually doesn't make news. One person has texted correctly. Usually doesn't make news. Fine, but those two I really want to talk about because that is what France is known for, and that's what makes France an important industrial player. Fine. So number one, this is important. France is the world leader in nuclear technology. Okay, like they pretty much control nuclear technology. They are the best in the world. Yes, many people have Googled for defense, texted for defense. I'll just let you know that. Best in nuclear technology. Know that. Always remember, it is not United States. It is not Russia. It is not China, which is known for best in nuclear technology. France is the best in the world. Now, how far, you ask me? Well, 70% of French energy comes from nuclear technology. Fine, they don't go for thermal power plants like India. They have very good technology and people trust the nuclear technology there. Okay, that is why it is used. So this is number one. And second thing you need to remember, leader in aviation sector. Note the word which I use here, aviation. See, when I use the word aviation sector, I'm not, particular in talking about only Rafale aircraft. That is not the intention. Aviation is a huge subset. You ask how big France is. Well, let me tell you, people, this is an important statistic. 1/4 of world aviation exports is from France. Now, what do they export? A lot of things. They export fighter jets. That is there. Okay. They export engines. They export parts of aircraft. See, there are companies which manufacture wings separately, companies which manufacture small machinery separately, aviation machines. And they also have unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. Fine. So all of them, 4 components, 1, 2, 3, 4. All these things are made in France. They are world leaders. You talk about your aircraft sector, aviation sector, you cannot miss out France at all. That's why they are very developed countries. They earn large amount of money, large amount of revenue from this sector after tourism and after your perfumes and wine. So, big, what do you call, one of the powerhouses in the world when it comes to French tech. Is that clear? Now I need to talk about, okay, what is UAV? UAV is unmanned aerial vehicle. These are controlled remotely. I think in most films, not just films, people started using UAVs. This thing will be there. There'll be 4 rotors and this will fly. UAVs. Okay, unmanned aerial vehicles. Yeah, drones is again in marriages, correct, man? They are torturing us, isn't it? So unmanned, see, drones are part of UAVs. Drones is a subset. UAV can be anything. See, I can create smaller objects also. Drones come under UAVs. Okay. So we have subset under UAVs. One of them is drones. Now I want to talk about something which you are all are interested. I will just flip over to the next slide if you're ready. We just deal with that point and possibly take doubts in close class. I just want to deal with that point. If you're ready, I'll flip over. Ready? Just provide a yes because I've added more points here. Okay, fine. So I'll just say this city. Tell me what it is known for. No, don't type Eiffel Tower. No, don't type Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower, don't type Eiffel Tower. Yes, got it. Fashion industry. Good. Fashion industry. See, there are 4 fashion capitals in the world. 4 fashion capitals in the world. And first fashion capital is Paris in France. Is it fine? Remaining 3 fashion capitals, don't ask me now itself. When I travel there, I will let you know. Next to fashion capital, we'll see soon. Now, you will ask me, sir, isn't this just a trivial fact? Why should I know fashion capital? Why is it essential? Now I'm hitting the point. Why is it essential? Tell me this meaning of this. Okay, I'll ask a simple question. Just say yes or no. Are Indians getting globalized? Okay, before I finish the word globalized itself, all of them are typing yes. Okay, fine. Let me explain and then I think you'll understand. See, I will add one more word right now. Okay. Are Indians getting westernized or are Indians getting globalized? Think and answer. Are Indians getting globalized? You said yes. Are Indians getting westernized or Indians getting globalized? I think you got the point. Most of them are replying westernized. See, understand the meaning of the word westernization. See, thanks for the answers. I let you know why this is part of, why you should know this and how is it related to your syllabus also. I'll connect and tell you. See, if I'm a globalized citizen, I should be wearing Indian costume. This is not technically Indian. I should be wearing an Indian costume. I should, eat the food. I should listen to Nigerian music. I should marry a Japanese woman. Then I should settle in Antarctica. See, that is a globalized citizen. Every continent you take bits and pieces and then you settle. But that is essentially not happening. Look at me. I'm talking a Western language. I'm wearing a Western costume. Our system of government is parliamentary form of government, which is again Westernized. Our economic model is based on Western institutions like World Bank, International Monetary Fund. If you look at the Western world is dominated pretty much each and every. Like, why are people concerned about Avengers? It's after all a movie which is based in New York and Washington, D.C. Because that is the impact of Westernization. Why you should know this? Because the word globalization is actually used, used without realizing what globalization is. We are more and more getting westernized. How is related? See, there is a subject in GS1, society. And in society, there is a word in your syllabus, impact of globalization on Indian society. Is it clear? So this word is there. And when they talk about impact of globalization on Indian society, please be careful when you write answers. Please be cautious, that's all, for your mains perspective. So are we really getting westernized or really getting globalized? That is one discussion which will happen in this section. So for that, I just wanted you to give an introduction. So how does this fashion capital come into picture? I wanted to take this idea because usually when people use the word fashion, I ask them what is a fashion industry. People will tell you, sir, it is about clothing and textiles. See, no, textile industry is totally different. It's a completely different sector. You're talking about manufacturing. Fashion determines what you actually wear. What Paris tells you, what Los Angeles tells you, what Milan tells you, what New York tells you. That is what the entire world follows. So by telling you that this is the right costume you should be wearing, they can control the market. For example, let me tell you this, which you're very familiar: jeans. Why do people wear jeans? Because actual reason is you need not wash this cloth for 2 months and still wear it. That is the actual reason. But one of the important reason is cultural impact. People market jeans as very, very cool. Jeans is something which is worn by Hollywood stars. Everyone wears this type of T-shirt. So by controlling the fashion industry, the Western countries and Western companies can decide what type of commodities you can purchase, even if the commodity is not applicable to your climatic condition or your society. For example, in South India, it is advisable to wear dhoti. You need to wear dhoti in South India. March, April, and May. Chennai's temperature more than 47 to 48 degrees Celsius at rare times. It's definitely above 40 degrees Celsius. 45 degrees Celsius in Chennai. If you wear jeans cloth, do you know how it affects your sperm production and your fertility in future? Once you have increase in body temperature, then your entire reproductive system collapses. But even though jeans is not advisable at all, 9 out of 10 Indians in South India, they simply wear jeans. At least North India is completely acceptable because winter season is very severe. Chennai, logically, you shouldn't be wearing jeans at all, but people still wear jeans. And 10 or 15 years, let's say you start wearing from the age of 13, 15 years later, you get married, then you check your sperm count, you may not have the capacity to reproduce. Fine, but you still keep wearing it because it's very good fashionable material. Okay, so that is the impact of fashion, and it can affect your society also. So you need that lateral and critical thinking part. That's why I have to introduce this concept. Fine. So that ends the discussion for your society part of France. I want to talk about three rivers. This is the last point of the day. After that, I'll take up that one doubt on Congo resources and I'll give my email ID and that will close. So hold on. Last point for the day. I just want to go to the map section and then get you this relationship with rivers. That's all. This is my physical map. So in the physical map, I just want to talk about three rivers, three major rivers in France. I'll highlight them for you and note the names also. So this river flows across 3 to 4 countries. I think it's very famous to Rhine River. RHINE. It's in France-Germany border. It's also a part of Switzerland, and so on and so forth. Second river on which city Paris is there. See this river. River Seine, Seine. See, and the third river originates in central France and goes here to Bay of Biscay. This is Loire. Is it fine? So note down these three rivers alone. Rhine River. Okay, why we don't study all capitals of countries? and then I'll give the email ID. Hold on. Where is my whiteboard? There it is. Okay. So this was a doubt I think I asked. See, Congo, Angola, DRC, Gambia, White Nile. Just write down, man. Need not wait for that one question. White Nile originates near Lake Victoria, man. Okay. So Lake Victoria, White Nile. Is it fine? Mali and Chad. Mali and Chad, okay, waiting for that. I really don't have anything to add on that. Mali and Chad is part of Sahel region. That's all you need to know. And because of that, there is conflict in these countries. Apart from that, their role in international relations is really less. So that is not very important, man, to answer your question. So all these questions, as I told you, how do I remember all the countries? Practice, man, that's all. You'll also remember in 2 months. Just practice, you'll get it. No problem at all. Gabon. So all these countries I told you, net exporters of oil. And coming specifically to Democratic Republic of Congo, we had cobalt, more than 50% of world exports, because it is essential for electronics. And last part, the reference to Gabon, known for manganese ore. So this was the part which many requested due to some connection problem. Now coming to the Sama's email ID, I'll just write it down. See, because with more than 350 participants, I can't address everyone online. That's why I'm giving this right now. So those who want to email, Gautam dot, it's a dot there, please don't forget it, .ar@shankarias.in. So if I've not addressed your doubts, no problem, email it to me. See, if not, one day I'll get back to you in 48 hours. Definitely. Within 2 days, you'll definitely get a response. So you can continue learning. Is it fine? Okay, you want the photographs? No problem. I'll ask them to send the photographs through the Telegram channel. No issues at all. Is it fine? So some of you might still be having doubts. No issues at all. Fine. Notes for geography. Geography, man, we haven't even started geography, man. We wait for geography. Like when we talk about geography class, I'll tell you what is geography syllabus and how we'll be dealing with geography. Like what parts you need to take notes, what parts you need to refer the material. Boko Haram, please write an email. I'll send a response. Why doesn't India export oil from Nigeria instead of trying to access from Mediterranean countries? You can, okay, a simpler answer. A simpler answer would be distance. See, there is one more question on this map thing. Okay, there is a question, sir. In UPSC, do they ask questions only based on bordering map? No, not just that. They can ask based on location, like which is below Tropic of Cancer, above Tropic of Cancer, a closeness of cities, which is nearest to this place, arrangement of cities, arranging cities from west to east. You have multiple combinations. With the progress of the class, when we cover each and every continent, I'll introduce you to different question types. So no doubts with that. See, you asked with reference to Nigeria is here, Middle East is here. See, and India is here. See, it's only a question of distance. If I need to travel from Nigeria, it's more costly. That's all. This is cheaper. That is the reason. Even then, I have to travel across the entire region. So more distance you travel, automatically more costly my oil becomes. That's the relationship. One more doubt. Okay, why two Congo is important? Because resources in Congo is different. Democratic Republic of Congo has cobalt. For the smaller Congo, you don't have much of cobalt resources. That is why you need to know the difference. And Democratic Republic of Congo has Zaire River, most part of Zaire River. That is why you need to know that there are two different Congos. Okay, so I think we have exceeded time. No problem. If there are further doubts, please send it to the email. I think we are done for the class. See you next week. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks.